Hello! So if you're watching this video, it means you're going to be in Peake class with me, Miss Bond, next year. I'm so excited to have you all, and I feel really lucky because actually I already know lots of you, because as assistant principal I get to come and visit you in Dyson class and McCartney Hawkins all the time, as well as all the other classes in Oxley Park. Now some of you might be feeling a bit nervous because, as I said, Dyson and McCartney Hawkins class are being split into Peake class with me and Mandela class with Mr Burden next year. But don't worry, we're going to be right across the corridor from each other, and as long as we can, we'll be seeing each other all the time in lessons and on the playground, so you'll still get to see all your friends even if you're not in the same form group. Now, I might know quite a bit about some of you, but you might not know much about me. So, there's 3 things that I really enjoy. The first one is reading. I read every single night. So much reading that I actually often run out of books. The second thing I really enjoy is playing netball, so I train once a week and play matches, and recently I bought myself a netball post for my garden. Now the only problem I've had is that my garden is actually quite narrow, so my ball often bounces over the fence and I have to go and ask my neighbours for it back. Now as a child that might be quite normal, but for me as an adult it's a little bit strange. The other thing that I'm really enjoying is being outdoors, just like I am now, and over lockdown I've been in my garden lots. Now, during the Easter and May half term, I got a bit excited about my garden and growing vegetables in particular, so much so that I've ended up with 16 courgette plants. Now, that might not sound a lot, but there's only me and my partner at home, and as well as our cat. And something has been nibbling the courgettes, which might be the cat, I'm not sure. But each courgette plant is meant to grow 4 or 5 courgettes a week. Now, 16 courgette plants, 4 courgettes a week, I think I might have grown a few too many. But either way, I'm really excited to eat all my fresh vegetables at the end of the summer. So you may be wondering what it's going to be like in my class next year, because obviously normally we would have a transition day and this day we don't. So I thought I would share a little bit about my teaching. Now I have 2 things that I think are really important. One, if the lesson is boring to teach, it's probably going to be boring for you. So I try and make my lessons as fun as possible, whether that's little mini competitions, whether that's talking to each other, because for me, you don't really want to sit and listen to me the whole time. So I want to make it as interactive and as fun as you as possible. The second thing that is really important is that you try your very best. Now, I think that's true for you and for me. But actually, I don't mind whether you find learning hard or whether you find it quite easy. What I do mind is that you give it your very best efforts, and I in turn will give you every single piece of help that you can need. The one thing I do say though is that teachers aren't mind readers, and I know some of you think we are, but actually we don't know what you're thinking. So I do ask one thing, that you tell me if you're stuck, that you tell me if you don't understand, and I will make sure you get the help that you need. Now, for a lot of you, you will have seen the Year 6s as you've been getting older, and this year it's going to be you. So there are a few differences in Year 6 you might want to know about. You will have a new uniform with blazers and a tie. You will have your own stationery pack that will be your responsibility, because a big part of Year 6 is getting ready for secondary school, and that includes taking responsibility for your own things and being ready for your lessons. We'll have a head boy and a head girl, and if you are interested in being voted for as head boy and head girl, you might want to prepare your speech over the summer, because in the first week back we're going to be recording those speeches so the whole school can vote on our head boy and head girl. We'll also have house captains, and we've got SATs. Now I know lots of you are probably thinking, it's a SAT, but don't worry, they're actually just another test. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you learn everything you can in Year 6 so that you're ready for secondary school. SATs just see what you do know and you don't know, so don't worry about them at all, and just make sure you work hard, try your best, and you'll be absolutely fine, because we're going to be there the whole way to help you. Now, as I said, I was going to tell you about my favourite book, but I've really struggled, because I've got so many books that I couldn't choose one. So I thought about Mallory Towers, I used to love them. I thought about Narnia, I thought about adventure stories, I thought about the famous 5, the secret 7, and then I came to Harry Potter. Now lots of you might know Harry Potter. I read it when I was a child, but the thing is I keep reading it, and if I ever finish a book and I'm not sure what to read next, Harry Potter is that book I keep going back to, all 7 of them. I think I've read them about 5 times. I love immersing myself in a book, curling up in an armchair and just reading for hours. I can read a whole book in a day. And the great thing I think about Harry Potter is you can just imagine everything that goes on. You can pretend you're in another world, and it's just really exciting. And I like to pretend that I'm going on all those adventures as well. Now you've heard all about your teacher's favourite book, the Year 6 team have a challenge for you this summer. We would love to hear all about your favourite book in the form of a book review.
But there's a catch. As future Year 6 pupils, we'd love to see how creative you can be. So it can be in any form you wish. It can be filmed or in a comic strip.
Or a written piece of work. If you're not sure what to do, we've put some examples on the Google Classroom to help you out.
Whatever you decide, we'd love for you to upload it onto the Google Classroom, the Year 5 Google Classroom, ready for September. Or alternatively, bring it in on your first day in Year 6. We can't wait to see what you create.